Well, good morning again, and we are ready for our science lesson for today, April the 15th. Time's moving right along. We're halfway through April already. Well, what we're looking at today is the location of many of the world's volcanoes, a lot of the earthquakes, mountain ranges. What we're going to see today is as we look at a map, several maps, we're going to determine there's a pattern to where these are, where mountain ranges, ocean trenches, volcanoes, and earthquakes. There's a pattern to where they are in the world. One of the things we're going to look at today is the Pacific Ring of Fire. That sounds a bit scary, doesn't it? So the Pacific Ring of Fire is around the Pacific Ocean. It's like a big, almost circle. Obviously, it's not a circle, but it's in almost circular form around the Pacific Ocean. Under the Pacific Ocean is the Pacific tectonic plate. The Pacific plate is in here. And we learned earlier in the year the Earth's crust is made of tectonic plates, and they shift and they move back and forth. And as they rub against each other, they can cause earthquakes. And so around this Pacific plate are other little plates on the other side of the Ring of Fire. And so as they bump and move into each other or separate and allow lava to come up and form volcanoes, then a lot of these things happen in a pattern. So on this map specifically right here, you see there's a code. Earthquakes are the red dots and volcanoes are kind of orangish, yellowish ones there. And so there's this circle of fire, this ring of fire. Now, all of the earthquakes and the volcanoes, and if we look, if we put it on the map, there would be lots of mountain ranges that are in this area too. They're all caused by those tectonic plates pushing against each other, forming a mountain range. Sometimes they rub against each other and form an earthquake, or they can separate and allow lava to come up and form a volcano. So there's a pattern. That's what this standard wants you to see, to look at maps, to notice the pattern of these things in the world. Now, we're going to do this today. It's a bit different. Instead of having you read something today, I'm going to let you watch this really interesting video called Ring of Fire. It shows lots of maps, kind of like that one, of the world. It'll show you some actual volcanoes, some earthquakes. It has a lot of facts. As you watch it, you might want to go ahead and open up your questions for today, the Pacific Ring of Fire questions. Okay, as you watch the video, the questions are in order. So you might want to have this open as you're watching the video. And one of the first things you'll hear in the video is how many volcanoes are erupting around the world at any given time. So you can be listening for that. And when you hear it on the video, you can pause the video. Then you can go over here and click the correct answer. And then you can look for the next question. How long is the Ring of Fire in kilometers? Then you can go back and start the video and listen for how long the Ring of Fire is. Then hear that answer, click on it, whatever it is, and pause the video, and then go listen for the next question. So there's a strategy for answering these questions from the video. If you just listen to the whole video and then try to go back and answer these, you're probably not going to remember the answer. So just try to answer them as you go. Just keep your tabs open at the top, so you can go back from the video. You can go from your video and then back to your questions, back and forth, and that'll help you answer the questions correctly. All right, so enjoy the video. It's really interesting about the Ring of Fire. It tells you a lot of facts, has some actual video and photos from different volcanoes erupting and different earthquake events, even a video from a little classroom where students were sitting in a classroom in California and there was an earthquake. So anyway, I'll let you watch this. Remember, answer the questions as you're watching the video. It'll help you a lot. All right, I'll let you get started and I will see you tomorrow.